Hi everyone, and welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. It's great to have you with me today. As you're jumping on, say hi, let me know that you're here. Thank you so much for watching live or watching the replay. Feel free to leave comments if you're both watching live or watching the replay. And feel free to like, love, share this video. That would be awesome, and I would appreciate that so much. All right, so while everybody is jumping on, I will just call this up on my iPad so that I can see all of your comments there. So let's bring that up. There we go. Great, great. Awesome. So today I have got some Christmas packaging or Christmas gift giving ideas for you. So I've got 3 quick ones to make today. Hey Megan, you'll catch me on the replay. No worries. No worries. Yeah, so I've got a few different things, but I thought we've got Christmas just around the corner. We're all starting to do our Christmas shopping, and so I've got some ideas for you today. So I'll share those for a little in a little moment. Well, more than probably a moment, but a little few minutes. We'll have a little chat for a while everybody's jumping on, and I'll be able to read your comments there as well. So remember to say hi as you're jumping on. My iPad is freezing on me. So let me just, hang on 2 secs. I'll just bring up my computer, get that up and running. I had to plug it in before. Oh, hang on a sec. There we go. We'll bring that up over there. I haven't actually got room for it on my desk today. What I might do is bring it over onto my spare chair beside me. There's always a workaround, isn't there? So then, oh, my iPad is back up now. Now that I've moved, my iPad is working again, so that's all good. So yeah, sometimes my iPad stalls a bit on Facebook Lives for some reason. It doesn't tend to keep up so much with the live streaming, whereas my computer does. So, but that's all good. All right. So let me know how your week has been since I saw you last, and your weekend. We had a really wet day yesterday, and so it was an indoor day. Couldn't do much outdoors, it was a bit wet. So but yeah, really good day to be at home crafting, or some of you might like watching movies or playing board games or those sorts of things. It was a great day for all of that. So yes, so I was doing a little bit of pottering around, had a bit of a sleep in. I like to have a sleep in on Sundays because it's my only day off. And yeah, and then just potted around, did a few things. So that was nice. And yeah, so what did everybody else get up to? Let me know. Have you been doing some crafting? What have you been making? Are you getting ready for Christmas, making all of your Christmas projects? Or have you been working on something else? I'd love to know about it. All right, so as I was saying, we're going to be looking at some gift packaging today, gift giving, and I'll give you a few ideas. Over the last, well, several years, I suppose, I've made lots and lots of different gift packaging ideas. When I was working at the preschool every year, I'd always make something little just to give to each of the staff members along with a Christmas card. I'm not working there now, so I don't have those ones to make, but I do have others to make for neighbours and friends and things like that. So yes, so we're going to do some of those today, which is awesome. It's always great to have a few different ideas. Stampin' Up's got lots of amazing packaging products, so we'll have a look at some of those today, and I can show you what they look like and give you some ideas of some things that you can do with them. And then we're going to be playing with the Gingerbread and Peppermint suite. today to make some really cute little projects, as well as some of our packaging. So that will be awesome. Alrighty. Okay, I can see everyone's jumping on now. Say hi everyone as you're jumping on. Alrighty. Well, let me just, before we get started, let me just tell you, well, first of all, say that thank you so much to all of you who shopped with me during the seasonal sale that we had last week, and was great to see some of my customers take advantage of that awesome special and get some discounts on ink, paper and dies. So that was really great last week. That sale has finished now, but we do still have our Start with Savings promotion running at the moment, and this is a promotion for those of you who might have a long wish list or love Stampin' Up products and want to become part of our awesome community, our awesome Stampin' Up community. At the moment, the starter kit is actually discounted. Normally you pay $169, and at the moment it's only $130. Now Stampin' Up doesn't reduce it very often at all. In fact, it's the first time that I've seen it reduced since I've been a demonstrator, and that's in 5 years. So it's a super great special, and it's so easy to put in a $130 order, isn't it? Most of you that know and love Stampin' Up would know that we can do that in the blink of an eye, can't we? There's so many products that we want to have. Now, the thing is too, when you purchase that starter kit, yes, you are only paying $130, but you get to choose $235 worth of product to put in that starter kit. So yes, you heard me right. You get $105 worth of product for free in that starter kit, which is awesome. And you don't pay any shipping on that starter kit. And then from there, you will be able to enjoy a 20 to 25% discount on all of your Stampin' Up products. And you've got until April to use that discount if you would like to, and then decide if you want to stay on or not. If you want to stay on, then that's great. If you decide that it's not really for you, then no worries at all. You can just easily just go back to being a customer. There's no exit penalties or anything like that. You just simply stop ordering as a demonstrator and go back to being a customer. So it's super, super easy. So if you would like to, and the great thing too about the starter kit is that you put product in there that you want. So you choose your own products to go in there. It's not predetermined, which is great. And remember, you're only paying $130, but you can choose $235 worth of product for your starter kit. So I would love to have you join my wonderful community of crafters. We have a beautiful, beautiful team of lovely people, and we've built so many great friendships. We also get exclusive insights into some demonstrator websites, the demonstrator website, demonstrator only Facebook groups. We get exclusive access to early release products. We get the catalogs early. I've even already got some products from the next catalog that's not releasing until January. I've already got some of those. We have demonstrator only events that are really fun. Lots and lots and lots of benefits, as well as joining the wonderful Stampin' Up community. It's a really special place to belong to. So if you would like more information about that, then let me know. This promotion goes until the 30th of November. So there's still a little bit of time. So if you would like more information or you have any questions, feel free to get in contact with me to ask. I love giving everyone all the information before they make the decision to be sure that that's the right decision for you as well. So I look forward to hearing from you if you would like to become part of my wonderful team. My team is called the Papercraft Gems. So yeah, I'll leave that with you to have a think about. But yeah, definitely get in contact with me if you would like to. Remember, only $130, and you can choose $235 worth of product. All right. So, hey Rose, how you going? Great to have you here today. Hi Julie, great to have you with us as well. Hi Helen, Helen's here from New Zealand. She can only watch for a short time because she's going to card making. Yay, that's great. First time since the beginning of August because of COVID lockdown. Oh, that's fantastic. You'll have so much fun. That's great, Helen. Oh, Marswari's here as well. Hi, how you going? Great to have you here. All right, so great to have you all here. Thank you for joining me. Okay, well, how about we get started with all of these. Oh, Sue's just jumped on too. Hey, Sue, how you going? Great to have you here today. So for those of you that are just joining, we're going to be making some Christmas gifts today with some of the Stampin' Up gift packaging. So we're going to be using the gingerbread and peppermint suite, but I also have some other ideas as well of things that I've made previously. So I'm going to show you a few different products quickly first, and then we'll get on to making our projects. Now I've got 3 projects today. They're all super quick and easy. One of them just has a little bit of fussy cutting, and that is the most time consuming of the whole thing. Apart from that, everything else is pretty quick and easy to do. So how about we tip the camera down onto the desktop and we can get started, and I'll show you the products that we're going to be playing with today. All right, so bear with me. I'm going to cover up the camera and I'll tip it down to the desktop so we can get started. All right, here we go. So this will be a little bit clunky and noisy while I just, and perhaps a bit squeaky while I adjust the camera. So bear with me for a moment. All right, we'll get everything tightened up and adjusted. There we go. All right. All right, we'll see how straight I got it today. Some weeks I do it perfectly first time, and then other times I've got to tweak it a little bit. Oh, that's not too bad. It's just a little bit crooked. Did I make that better or worse? Just wait for my iPad to catch up. Oh, I made it worse. And go back the other way. Sorry, everyone. I'll just get it nice and straight for you, so then it won't be annoying during the filming. There we go. That's better. Okay, great. Let's move this down. Now, any of the products that I'm showing you today, if you are looking for them, you can go to my online store and you can get there via my blog. So my blog is mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com. And if you click on the shop button there, then you can shop with me. Now, also too, while you're there on my blog, there's some creative inspiration there. You can click on some of those blog posts. There's also the PDF of the current catalogs. You can also subscribe there to my newsletter. So that would be awesome if you would like to keep up to date with all the latest Stampin' Up news. I generally get my newsletters out each week. Occasionally, if I'm really flat chat, I might miss a week here or there, but I generally get them out each week. So you can subscribe to my newsletter as well to keep up to date, and I do give some creative inspiration in there as well. If you are shopping with me, be sure to use my host code. So this is the host code that I have for November 2021. Use that when you're shopping with me, and all orders over $50 receive a lovely thank you gift from me when you use the host code. All right, so let's have a quick look at what we're going to be looking at today. So this is my annual catalogue, and we're going to be having a look at some of the packaging products in here that we have. So if we turn over in our catalogue, now these can be found in the online store as well under packaging, under the packaging section. So if you go over here to pages, or to page 137, over here you'll see all of the packaging products that we have available at the moment in the annual catalogue. Now some of these I've got, I don't have every single one of these, but some of these I have got so I can show you them in person. You'll see all of the codes here and the prices, and we've got the price here in Australian dollars and New Zealand dollars. I can only take orders from Australia though, but if you are in New Zealand, then the New Zealand dollar is there too. Because Australia and New Zealand have the same catalogue. America has the same catalogue as well, and all the other countries, they have the same catalogue, but obviously it'll be in, the prices will be in your currency. Alrighty, so that's what we're going to be looking at today. So we've got lots of things. We've got acetate boxes, we've got ombre gift bags, we've got the mini jam jars. We're going to be using those today. We've got the 3 1/8 and 3 1/8 by 3 1/8 acetate card boxes, or 7.9 by 7.9 centimeters. We've got mini coffee cups. We've got mini paper pumpkin boxes. We're going to be using some of those today. We've got the Simply Classic treat boxes. So we've got these gorgeous little tiny gold boxes. The Scalloped craft treat boxes. Now these ones, both of these ones actually are really hard to tell how nice they are in the catalogue. I don't actually have those two in person, but I've seen other demonstrators who have them and they're gorgeous. And these ones here, the Scalloped craft treat boxes, they're a really good size. So they are 8.9 by 8.9 centimeters and 4.6 centimeters deep, so, or high I should say. So these are really a great size. We've got the printed gusseted cellophane bags. We're going to be using some of those today. And we've got 6 by 8 cellophane bags as well. So we're going to be playing with this one, and this one today, but doing different projects, not the ones that are in here. So that's what we are playing with today. And as well as that, we're going to be incorporating from the, oh sorry, I went a bit quick then, didn't I? From the July to December mini catalogue, we are going to be playing with the Gingerbread and Peppermint suite. Now, if you don't already have these catalogues and you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you're working with, let me know, because I'd love to send these catalogues out to you so that you have your own paper copy. As I said, the PDF version is there on my blog, but if you would like a paper copy, I always love to have the paper copy because I love to flip through the pages and tag them with my wish list and my favorite items. Then yeah, definitely let me know. So this is the beautiful suite we're going to be playing with today. Really, really fun. Great for gift giving as well as for your cards as well. So in this suite, I don't have all of the products in the suite, but we're going to be playing with the ones that I do have. So you've got the stamp set and dies. We will be playing with those today. There's also the pretty pillow box dies. I don't have that one. We've got the Gingerbread and Peppermint Memories and More cards, which I do have. We'll be playing with those. There's the Memory and More cards and envelopes, which coordinate with the suite. The Real Red Ruffled Ribbon. Then you've got the gorgeous embellishments. Oh, I do have those and I didn't pull them out today. That's okay, I can grab those. The Craft 6x6 paper. The Adorning Designs decorative masks. I do have those too, but we're not doing any work with masks today. But then we've got the really, really cute designer series paper. We are going to be playing with some of that today. So that's the Gingerbread and Peppermint 6x6 designer series paper. So let's show you some of these products. Now, before we get on to our projects for today, I'm going to show you some of the actual products. So we have, all right, so we've got some 6x8 cellophane bags. Now I've pulled one out already because I had an idea with this last night, but my idea didn't end up working, so I just left the bag out. But to show you the size of them, so these are really great size bag. They are food safe as well, so you can pack any baked goods in there as well. Tie them at the top with a nice ribbon, pop a pretty tag on there, and you've got a gorgeous gift to go. So they are fantastic. We also have, now where are the other ones, because I'm using them today. I had them set aside. We've got the printed gusseted cellophane bags. These ones are a really long bag. So they are 7.6 by 22.9 centimeters long. So they're a really, really long one. We're going to be using one of those today. So you'll see the types of things that you can do with that. I mean, there's all sorts of ideas that you can use with these products. I'm just going to be showing you a few today to give you some ideas. So there's those ones. We've then got the Ombre gift bags. These are beautiful. And you can dress these up. Like, these are in the in colors. So I'll just show you. But you can certainly dress these up for Christmas as well, using different designer series papers, ribbons, embellishments, etc. So you've got them there in the 5 different colors. The green one, I mean, you could use any of these for Christmas. With the Pale Papaya and the Fresh Freesia one, You might want to change up some colors and use some more modern colors. The greens, of course, and the I think this one was polished pink. You would get away with using those ones with traditional Christmas colors, but I'm sure that you can come up with lots of different ideas. Now these are a flat bag, but I actually found out from somebody else online, I can't remember who it was now, how you can actually turn that into a cute little gusseted bag that then stands up just by scoring the edges of the bag. So you just score, I just scored them, I think it was 1 inch on all 3 sides, and then pushed that score line in, and it made a little gusseted bag. So it does bring the bag in quite a bit smaller, but if you wanted a little gusseted bag that can stand up, or you know, just a different shaped bag, then you can do that with those as well. So it's super cute. You could pop a tag on them, put a little gold clip on them or something, or you could even make a tag topper and put a little tag topper on the top. That would be cute as well. So lots of ideas there with that one. So that's the Ombre gift bags, and they are also food safe. So if you want to put in, and they're kind of lined as well. They're a little bit lined, I think, so that any oils or things might not seep through as much. It's not really a greasy coating, but it does feel a little bit lined, yeah, for your handmade yummies. We've also got the C6 acetate card boxes. Now these are great for either putting in yummies, which I've done before. I've also used them for to put tea bags in, you know, like you can put coffee sticks in there. You know how you get the tea bags that are individually wrapped, even some T2 tea bags or something like that, like a whole stack of different ones. You could put them in one of these boxes and dress up the box with a belly band. I'll show you one that we did last year. Also too, you can perhaps give a gift of some handmade cards. So these will fit a standard C6 card in. So you could make a pack, I think it holds about 5 cards, so you could pop 5 cards in there with their envelopes and give some handmade cards to somebody as a gift that they can then use to pass on to somebody else. Now this isn't one of the projects that we're doing today, but this just gives you a little bit of an idea of the types of thing that you can do with these boxes. So this is how they pop up, like this, okay, once you put them all together. And you can just decorate it with a pretty belly band. We've used, this is one I did last year. Can't remember if it was in a class actually, or if it was in a Facebook Live now. It might have been in a class, I'm not sure. Or, yeah, I can't remember now. But this is using the poinsettia dies. And so, yeah, and some stamping in the background there with the poinsettia stamp set. So that's the type of thing you can use those boxes for. So that's a few ideas. Then we've got the mini paper pumpkin boxes. Now these ones measure 14.9 by 9.5 centimeters, and they're 2.5 centimeters high. They come flat packed like that. These ones are, they do have a coating on the inside of them, so that if you are putting baked goods in there, like cookies or something like that, the oil from them won't seep through the box. And then on the other side, they are a matte finish. I'll just take one out to show you. They're all pre-scored. In fact, we're going to be using one of these today in one of our projects, so I do need to take one out anyway. They're pre-scored, and all you basically do is fold them up. So I'll show you how to do that when we get onto that project. What else do we have? We have, oh, these are really cute, the mini coffee cups. So I'll show you those. They come in a box of 8, I think, is it? Yeah, 8. You get 8 in the set. So these make a great little gift as well. I can open the box. They're well packaged. Okay, so you can see I've used quite a few already. These are ones that I bought last year actually. These were carried over to this year. Now, of course, if you're making these for somebody because of the current situations in the world, you would want to make sure that you have really clean hands. I just washed my hands before I came live, so I know that my hands are clean, or you might like to wear gloves. Probably with any of these things too, if you are handling food or handling containers that food are going into, etc. You know, that's obviously, you know, we would all know to do that. So these little cups are really cute, and they've got the little sipper top as well. So you can decorate these with in all different types of ways with any of our products. And some ideas for you. Hang on, I'll just pop them back in the bag to protect them. Some ideas for you. We do have, I have them here somewhere on my desk, buried under everything. We have some dies. Here we go. These are the warm wrap dies, and these dies, whoops, well, let's go this way. These dies are actually shaped to make a wrap for the cup. Now this is one I made last year, and so it makes these cute little wraps for the cup, and then I just wrapped some ribbon around it, and then I embellished the front using some of the dies. I used the little heart die. Last year we did have stamp sets that coordinated with this die set. I don't think that stamp set carried over though, but there's other ones in there that would work. And I basically just layered up the dies, just did a little bit of stamping on that one there, and you've got a cute little gift, and then you can give that to somebody perhaps with a bag of tea bags, hot chocolate, coffee sticks, whatever. And I've used one of those beautiful printed gusseted bags. I just made a tag that coordinated with the stamp set that I had before. This is one that I did last year. This is ribbon from last year as well, but I just wanted to show you this as a gift, and then you can give them together as a nice little gift for somebody. So there's another idea for you. What else have we got? Another idea we've got is we've got the mini jam jars. Now we're going to be playing with one of these today. Again, the boxes are well packaged, or the items are well packaged in the box. The mini jam jars come in a box of 6, and they all come packaged like this. So you just take them out of your little bag. They're a great little size for a small gift. So they're 6.4 centimeters by 5.1 centimeters. I'm not sure how many ounces they would hold or how many mils they would hold. I should have probably measured that before we went online, but I made a little project. We're going to be using that today in one of the projects that I'm going to be making, and this is the little project that I made using the jars. Now I've just popped in there some, if I turn them up there, I just had some Mentos. I didn't have any little chocolates or little Christmas lollies or anything, but if I was making this for an actual Christmas gift, I'd probably get some little Christmas lollies to put in there. I just had some little Mentos, so that's what I used, and then I just decorated that up. So isn't that cute? Don't they look awesome? And they make a really lovely little gift to give to somebody. So we're going to be making one of those today. So there's a few ideas for you with some of that gift packaging. As I said, there's more gift packaging in there, lots of ideas. We've got lots of bling as well and ribbons to dress things up. You could use coffee sticks, as I said. You can use individual tea bags, hot chocolate, anything that you have to make up those little gift packaging, lollies, cookies, all sorts of things. So the sky's the limit, and you're only limited by your creativity and your imagination. So, all right, let me say a few hellos here while I've been chatting. We've had a few jump on. So let's see who is saying hello here. Hello, Megan. Great to have you here. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Nola. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Oh, Megan said she hadn't seen that one before. Must have been a class. This one? This one, Megan? Yeah, it might have been one of the classes I did last year. I just can't remember. I've done so many projects. Hi, Chitska. Great to have you with us. Hi, Kelly. Great to see you. Hey, Susan. Great to have you with us today too. So many friends here today. It's fantastic. All right. So I think what we'll do is I have got 3 projects today. I'll show you them quickly first, and then we're going to start with the easiest one and then work up to not that any of them are difficult, but just the little jar just takes a little bit more time because we're going to do some fussy cutting. So there's our 3 little projects that we're going to be making today using the Gingerbread and Peppermint suite. And so Megan said, have you seen the new bubble tea packs at Woolies? Oh, no, I haven't. That sounds interesting. I'll have to have a look. I'll have to check that out. Thanks, Megan. So these are the ones that we're going to be creating. This is one of the mini paper pumpkin boxes, as I said to you. These are a great size to fit some goodies in, even small gifts, a small scarf or some jewelry, or you could even use it as a gift card, to pop a gift card in. You could put some padding or some, what's that stuff called? Like some shreddy paper in there, pop a little gift in, or even just some tissue paper, or some cookies, chocolates, all sorts of things. So these, I love these mini paper pumpkin boxes. They're a great size. All right, so they're the 3 projects that we're going to be making. So let's get started so that we can get them all made. And we're going to start off with our little bag for our cookie. Now this one is super, super easy to make. We are going to be using one of the printed gusseted cellophane bags. So we'll grab one of those out. There we go. Oh, I forgot to grab an extra cookie to put in there. Actually, I left them out in the cupboard. Ah, well, that's okay. What I'll do is I will just show you how quick and easy it is to put this together. So basically all I did was I popped the cookie in, and I don't have another cookie here. So I'm thinking, what have I got nearby that I can chuck in there? Let's see. Oh, we can use some of my tea bags perhaps. Hang on a minute. Let me grab some of these. Not sure how, oh, there's not many of these ones left. That's okay. Let's use these this time. There we go. We've got 4 tea bags. So English breakfast. I like a good English breakfast. So let's pop those in there. Pretend that this is a cookie, but you can use tea bags as well. You can use anything for this actually. In fact, you know what? This might be a good little bag to go with the cookie. So we're going to have a cookie in one bag and tea bags in the other. So then with the gusseted bag, we'll just gather those sides together. There we go. I've got some of the beautiful metallic ribbon. Now this is cherry cobbler and gold metallic ribbon. It's not from this suite, but it is in the mini catalogue, and I just love it. It's so beautiful. So then all I did was I just quickly tied a little bow around the top. Now that she says quickly, let's see how quickly I can tie a bow. It's always more challenging on camera. I always say that as a bit of a what's the word? I was going to say preambler. Preambler is not the word. You know what I mean. Because sometimes when I try to tie bows on camera, they don't go so well. All right, so we're going to tie a little bow. And get that tied nicely. I love this ribbon. It's just so gorgeous with that gold and that cherry cobbler. It's really beautiful. And it makes it look really fancy when it's so quick and easy. All right, so there's our little bow. That tied pretty well actually. So we'll just trim up the ends of our bow. Oh, wait, let me make sure I go to the right angle. That's right. So many times I go to trim the ends of my bow and I do them in the opposite angles, and then I've got to trim it up even further. All right, now with the tag was so quick and easy. Look, so there we go. We've got a nice little gift package now. And of course, as I said, you can pop anything you like in there. But to make the tag, this is how quick and easy it was, right? I took the Gingerbread and Peppermint Memories and More cards. Now, I just keep mine in a stamp case. This is a wide stamp case that Stampin' Up used to have. Now they just have the standard ones. But we're hoping that they bring back the wide ones because they're great for storage. And what I did for this tag, I grabbed out one of the Memories and More cards. I just used this one and I simply cut it down into a tag. So with the Memories and More cards, let me show you quickly if you haven't seen them. We've got these cute little cooling racks. There's some in black and some in silver. Now, I've used some of them. I can't remember exactly how many come in the set. Then you've got all of these 3x4 cards and you've got multiples of each one. So you can make many, many cards. Some of them have got little sayings, little verses on them. This one just says happy holidays. You could write something in there. Sugar and spice and everything nice. That's really cute as well. So these are all double-sided. And as I said, there's multiples, so they're awesome. You can even use some of these as your designer series paper instead of using the actual paper. And you've got all of these on the other side. So these are designed originally for your memory keeping, but a lot of us are using them for other projects now too, card making and other papercraft projects. So they're really versatile to have and great to use for lots of different things. So that's the 3x4 cards. Then you get a few sheets of stickers. So there's 2 sheets of each of those stickers. How cute are they? With all of the, I love these little spatula or egg, what do you call them? Egg slide or cookie slide. Little mitts, oven mitts, all different sorts of things. And you've got some little labels as well. And then you've got the large 6x4 cards. You've even got in here some little recipe cards. So isn't that so cute? So you could keep them for, pop them into your memory keeping albums or pop them into an index box with your favorite recipes on there or your favorite Christmas recipes. See these? You can use them as journaling cards, or you can cut them out and use them on your greeting cards. You've got all of these ones here and this one. Oh, that's one of those bauble ones. And then on the other side, look at all of this. So this is like designer series paper. You can cut this up and use this for all of your projects. How gorgeous is it? Aren't they cool? So yeah, so we're going to be incorporating those a little bit today too. All right, so what I did was I pulled out this one here. I grabbed my dies. So I used the tailored made tag dies. Now at the moment, they are, I think they're on back order. Are they on back order or they're not available? But these are from the annual catalogue. Now, if you don't already have those, you might have some other tag dies or label dies that you can use, or you could use a punch. So with this one that I made here, I used the largest rounded top tag. And I'll show you what I did, but I'm going to do it a bit differently this time for you because these ones aren't available at the moment. I'm going to show you another option that you have. Actually, I'll put those over there so the light doesn't glare on them. So I just simply took this one out, popped it over the tag, ran it through my die cutting machine, and there you have a gorgeous tag. And then what I did is I just added some bling. I added a little bit of Wink of Stella to the little candies, the little peppermints and the little trees there to give it a bit of bling, and tied it on. How quick and easy is that? I made that in like about 5 minutes. So because these tags aren't available at the moment, let me just show you another way that we can do this. All right, so I love these. These just make it so quick and easy. They are coming back in stock. Just at the moment, I don't have a date for you though as to when they'll be available again. but hopefully it'll be soon. So what we're going to do instead is we are simply going to, now I need to just move some of this stuff, hang on a sec. I just dumped a whole heap of stuff onto my trimmer. So what I'm going to do this time is I am simply just going to use my eye to trim up this tag. Now if you wanted to, you could mark it with a pencil first, but I'm just going to try and line this up. Perhaps I should mark it with a pencil. Actually, you know what? I'll do that because I want to make sure that I don't line it up too far over. So I don't want to cut off any of that label. So if I just go, let's see, that one was a couple of millimeters. If I go about 3 millimeters either side of there, I'm just going to put a little pencil mark there. And let's go 3 millimeters on this side as well. Then I'll know that it'll be about even. And that will be about the same width as the original tag that I created. There we go. So I'm just going to trim that up, taking off 3, well I measured, actually how much is that I actually took off? That is 0.7 of a centimeter from each side of the card. So just over half a centimeter. Okay, there we go. So now what we're going to do is we are going to create a tag from this using some punches. So I've got my delightful tag topper punch, and I'm going to round the bottom corners with my detailed trio punch. With the detailed trio punch, you've got 3 different options here. So you've got a corner rounder, you've got a fancy corner, and then you've got a little hole for the top for a tag. So I'm going to use the corner rounder for the bottom corners. So just slide that in there. Oops, oh, I didn't push that hard enough. Let me do that again. I just missed it a little bit on the corner there. Hang on a sec, let's do that again. That's better. And then we'll do the other corner. That's it. Got to make sure that you push it hard enough. Didn't push it all the way down the first time. There we go. So we've got the bottom corners rounded. And now with the top, I'm going to use my delightful tag topper punch. And this one will punch a hole in the top for me as well. So what I'll do, it's got a guide here of 3 different sizes. It's got 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and 2 inches. Now this isn't actually going to fit exactly in any of those sizes, but I can still use it. It just means what I need to do, I'll turn it up that way actually so I can see it, is I'm going to turn this upside down and I'm going to look to see where I am punching it. So I'm going to bring it back a little bit from the top because I don't want to chop off the very top of the tag. And I'm just going to line that up so that I get that even on both sides. Hopefully even on both sides. I think that's about right there. All right. And punch. And let's see. There we go. There's our little tag. Oh, sorry, that was noisy when I put that down. So there's another option of creating a tag if you don't have those tag dies, the tailored tag dies, but you still want to create a pretty tag, you can use some punches. So there we go. We've just got a different effect. We don't have the stitching around the edges, but that's okay. And now we can use this one for our tea bags. So let's pop that in. And in fact, you know what? Those 2 pieces that we cut off on the other side, look, we can use that as designer series paper on another project. So don't throw those away because you can still use those. I'm going to pop them back into my little case here with my other pieces there. Alrighty, so now let's tie our tag onto our bag and then we'll bling it up. So to tie it on, I'm going to use some Simply Elegant trim and I'm going to use the gold, and then that way that's going to tie in with the gold in this beautiful, Oh, cherry cobbler and gold ribbon. Went blank then for a minute thinking what it was called. All right, so I'm just going to thread that through the tag, and I'm going to thread this up underneath the bow. So go up there underneath that bow. See if I can get that up there. There we go. And I'll just trim that down, tying that just around the center of the bow, just in a simple knot. Now this twine is quite stiff, but it ties really well, and that'll hold really well. So then I'm just going to trim those little ends off like so, and that gold ribbon just adds, oh, that gold twine I should say, it's not ribbon, it's twine, just adds a little bit of extra bling of gold there. All right, so we'll just wrap that back up. I'll pop that back in the bag so it doesn't unravel, so it likes to unravel, that one. And it comes in the silver and the gold in the packet, which is awesome. All right, so there we go. So now we've got our cute little tag on our bag. Now let's bling this up. Let's bring in some embellishments. Now there's lots and lots of embellishments that Stampin' Up has. Today I'm going to use some holiday rhinestones. If you haven't seen these ones, now these ones are currently available. You'll find them in the annual catalogue or in my online store, and you've got some beautiful colours in here. So these are great for lots of different projects. I've got a packet that I've already got open, and so I'm going to use that one up before I open up my new packet. So I'm going to use some of the yellow ones because they kind of are a little bit similar to the gold in the ribbon, and so I thought that they would just be an extra pop of colour as well. So let's add some of these just here and there. One up there, one down here, and whoops, and we'll pop one at the bottom, down in that bottom corner. There we go. Alrighty. And then we'll use our Wink of Stella glitter brush, and again this is in the annual catalogue again, or you'll find it under colouring tools. So give it a good shake every time you go to use it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add it to those little peppermints, just to give a little bit of a sparkle to that tag and to dress it up a little bit. So all you do is you give it a little bit of a squeeze, but not too hard because it'll actually ooze out if you squeeze it too hard. I did that this morning and it went all over my desk. And then we'll just paint those little trees and give them a little bit of a sparkle. There we go. And once that dries, if it doesn't look sparkly enough, you can go over it again with another coat. Or you can do it while it's still wet, like I am doing. There you go. Oops, did we forget that one up there? Oh no, I got that one. Let's give it a little bit more. There we go. So there you have a really cute little gift package. So there's a couple of ideas. Okay, what do you think? Do you like that? Megan said, perfect quick bow. Thanks, Megan. Yeah, that ribbon actually ties really easily. Makes me look like a real professional. Some of the other ribbons I struggle with, but that one's really easy to tie. Hey Narelle, how you going? Narelle said the tag dies might be back in stock. She received hers this week in her order. Ah, okay. The tags may be back in stock. Oh, you received them on Friday in your order. Oh, okay, no worries. Oh, well, they may be. I checked this morning and it still said they were unavailable. Unless the inventory just hasn't been updated, perhaps. So if you are interested in those tailored tag dies, try popping them in your order and see if it will go through, because perhaps the inventory list hasn't been updated yet. But yeah, hopefully they should be back. Oh, Susan just checked for us. Thank you, Susan. Oh, no, she said they're still not orderable. Sorry. Okay. Thank you so much for checking, Susan. Narelle, you must have been lucky. You might have got the last set of them before they went on non-orderable. Hopefully they'll be back in soon, though. Thanks for checking that, Susan. That's awesome. All right. So there you go. So that's our first little gift. Alrighty. Now, our next one, I'll just pop my punch up there out of the way. All right. Our next one we're going to make is this cute little box. Now, this one is super easy. Well, all of them are super easy today, actually. So I'm going to use one of the mini paper pumpkin boxes, and we're going to be using a little bit of designer series paper and the memories and more cards, and we're doing some stamping as well. So before I get the box put together, I'm going to show you first of all the designer series paper and the stamps and dies. So I'll just bring those over. There we go. Sorry, I had some other things sitting on top of them. All right, so this is the stamp set and dies. So this is the Frosted Gingerbread stamp set. It's a photopolymer stamp set. I've already taken some of my stamps out of here to use today, but this is a really cute stamp set, and the images on the front are just shown at 90%. So the stamps themselves are a little bit bigger than what you see on the front. For instance, I'll show you, just move that one out of the moment. You can see here that the snowflake is actually larger than that image. And that's just so that they could fit all of the images onto the stamp case. Alrighty. And then you've got the coordinating dies. So these are the gingerbread dies. And you see when I have extra pieces that I die cut that I don't use, I pop them back in the packet. So I've got them to use for other projects. So you've got this gorgeous border die. Each of these images here have a die that coordinates, that cuts them out. And then you've got these detail dies as well that you can use also, as well as some little peppermints detail to go in the little peppermints. So yeah, lots of ideas that you can use these dies for. Also too, we've got the designer series paper. Now this is the gingerbread and peppermint 6x6 designer series paper. Let's move that over to the side. You can see I've got lots of chopped up bits in here that I have used. But I've still got lots and lots of paper. This paper pack comes with 48 sheets. So there's so many different ones in here to choose from. They're all double-sided, as most of the Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper are. Now, some of the papers do coordinate with the dies, such as this one here. We can cut out the bells, we can cut out the snowflakes because they coordinate with the dies. Isn't that awesome? And then there's a few others in there as well that don't coordinate with the dies, but they're about the same size, which we'll be using on our other project, which we'll be fussy cutting. So these are all the beautiful papers, all different designs, and then of course they're all double-sided. So you've got all these gorgeous fun patterns. And these ones look like iced cookies, iced gingerbread cookies. We've got the peppermints there as well. Look at that one with the peppermints, isn't that cute? So as you can see, lots and lots of papers. Now, I know a lot of people have probably already seen these, but some people may not have seen these yet. So this is just to show those that haven't seen them. But lots and lots of great, great papers there. We do have a die to die cut the star, not for the mitten though, but the mitten is easy. It's an easy shape to just fussy cut. So that's the paper. So while we've got that paper, let's pull out the piece that we need. I'm just going to grab a tissue too, because my nose is suddenly itchy. There we go. Okay. So let's pull out our paper that we want. And I didn't pull one out ahead of time. There we go. That's the one we want there. Okay. we're going to be using the stamps and dies. So I've pulled the stamps out already. I'll leave the dies out. And then for some of these other elements, so we've got one of the cookie trays there from the, let's pull that out now too, from the Memories and More cards. So this is the, I think I did say it before, but I'll say it again. It's a Gingerbread and Peppermint Memories and More cards. They do come in a packet. They don't come in this container. And we're going to use one of the stickers for the sentiment. Yeah, this is just a storage container that I like to use. But they do just come in a packet all together. All right, so there we go. So we're using that. We're going to use one of those labels. Oh, excuse me. That was my itchy nose. And we're going to stamp some cookies. So let's do our stamping first. I'll pop our little project over to the side. And I've got my stamps here ready. We're going to be stamping in some cinnamon cider. And we're going to be stamping onto basic white. So I'll just grab, oh, now I've put everything down on my desk. I've got so many items here on my desk that I've buried all of my cardstock. Where did my cardstock go? There it is. There we go. All right, so I've just got a little piece here of basic white. Now at the moment, all of the basic white cardstock is actually out of stock. However, we do have other products in basic white that you can use. We've got the Memories and More cards. We've got the Memories and More cards and envelopes. We've also got the note cards that you can purchase in basic white. Some of our other Memories and More cards as well. I'll show you actually. I meant to grab these out before. So we've got the assorted Memories and More cards and envelopes. They were still available this morning, but they were on low inventory. So if you're needing some white cardstock products, you can grab some of these while they're still available at the moment. There's also the basic white note cards and envelopes. Now the cardstock on these is a little bit smaller. But also too, don't forget we have our envelopes too. So I know that some people have actually stamped on the envelopes and used that as their cardstock basically. It's thinner obviously than the cardstock, but it's workable. Now also too, we do have other Memories and More cards and envelopes. These are the hand penned ones. So with the cardstock itself, so this is just, I'm just giving you these ideas if you are desperate for basic white cardstock. When you get the card, it's pre-scored and folded and you have this color on this side, but you can use the other side of that as basic white, and then you've also got the front and the back. So you can cut those pieces down and use them as your basic white cardstock. So there's just a few ideas if you are desperate for some basic white cardstock. I usually stock up on mine, so I usually have plenty, but there's just some other ideas if you need some basic white cardstock, and I hope that that's helpful. All right, so basic white cardstock, we're just going to stamp one of each of these images. So let's start with our snowflake, stamping in cinnamon cider. There's 1, 2, and 3, making our little cookies. There we go. So that was nice and easy. And I'm just going to give these a little clean. Where's my... Yes. I'm just going to stamp the excess ink off first. Stamp that excess ink off first, and then I'll clean them on my Simply Chamois. Or in fact, actually, you know what? I might use my Stampin' Scrub today, because I don't use my Stampin' Scrub super often, except for when I want to give my stamps a really, really good clean, especially with the heavier colors. So with your Stampin' Scrub, this is another cleaning tool that we have. So there's two sides to it. Usually you'll have a side that you'll keep as a wet side and one as a dry side to dry them back off. These plates do come out, so you can flick them out and wash them. I gave mine a good wash the other day because it hadn't been washed in ages and there was a lot of ink sitting in there. So I just washed them all out, ran them under the running water until they ran clear, gave them a bit of a scrub with my hands, and then I left them out to dry, and then once they were dry I just put them back into the case. I usually label mine one side with wet and one side with dry, so I always remember which side is which. And so you can use that either with water. I like to use mine with Stampin' Mist. Stampin' Mist is a great stamp cleaning solution, so I just spray a bit of that onto my wet side there, and then I just give my stamps a bit of a scrub. And there's like a microfiber material in here, and it just gets into all those nooks and crannies of your stamp and cleans all of that ink out and gives them a really good clean. So when my stamps get really, really mucky, this is usually the one that I use. And in between times I usually just use my Simply Chamois because it's just a lot quicker for me to just grab that. But this one does give a deeper clean. There you go, and see my stamps beautiful, beautiful and clean now. So there you go. All right, now we need to die cut these. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to trim around them first. I'm going to run these through my mini. Just give these a quick little choppy chop. There we go. Okay. I'll bring in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's my little mini. And I can do two of these at once because I can fit two on my plate. So let's put that one there and that one there, and we'll grab out the coordinating dies. All right, so we need our snowflake die, and we're going to need that one too, and our bell. There we go. All right, so I'll just line these up on here, and then I'm going to hold it in place with a little bit of retired washi tape, just to keep that in place so that it doesn't move and it stays lined up nicely. So I'll just put one on each side. There we go. And then let's do the bell. Line that up. So I love this, the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's really handy to have on your desk because it doesn't take up much space. It's also great to travel with if you travel. It fits easily into a bag because it's so small. And it's got its own little carry handle and things like that. It does have the rubber feet on it, although I find because it's a smaller machine, it doesn't have a lot of weight to it, which is great for traveling again because it's nice and light, but does slide around a little bit, so you do need to sort of hold on to the handle to support it as you're cranking through your pieces, just so it doesn't slip and glide around too much. So there's the first two cookies. Aren't they cute? Look at that. There's our first two little cookies. And now we'll cut the bauble shape. Oops. That's the other one that I need. Might reuse some of this washi tape if I can, but don't tear it. I'll keep using it and using it until it completely wears away. I mean wears out, I should say, not wears away. There we go. So we'll line this up. Okay. Oh, there we go. Bit of washi on there. Bit of washi on there. Hold that in place. Our extra plate over the top. Our clear plate. So all the plates that you need for your mini machine come with the machine, which is fantastic. You don't have to buy any extra plates. But over time, these clear plates, they do wear, so you can purchase replacement plates as well. I usually have a spare set of replacement plates just because I'm using mine all the time. I replace them every few months. There we go. I'll reuse those bits of washi, and I'll just be sure to put my dies straight back on the die sheet so I don't lose them, because I tend to pop things down on top of them and lose them if I don't put them away straight away. Alrighty, there we go. So we'll move our little mini aside. If you're looking for the mini machine, it's in the annual catalogue, or you can find it under the die cutting section in my online store. And it is $104. I think from memory, $104. Haven't quoted that price for a while. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So it's nice and affordable. All right, so that's our die cutting done. So aren't they cute? All right, now with the, we need a little piece here of, I used Pear Pizzazz. So the designer series paper has got old olive in it, but the Pear Pizzazz goes really beautiful with the old olive. It's a little bit lighter as well. So we're going to cut a little piece of Pear Pizzazz, and I forget the measurement that it was now too, and I didn't write it down, did I? So I'll quickly just measure that again. So it was 10, was it 7, 10 by 7? Yeah, no, so 10 by 7.5. Okay, so 10 by 7.5. So let's see, I think I've already got it. Oh, I haven't quite got it at 10. That's okay. We'll go 7.5 first. 7.5 centimeters or 7.5 centimeters by 10 centimeters. There we go. Okay. Right. So then we've got that little piece. So we've got all of our pieces now. Oh, we didn't cut our piece for our box. Again, I didn't write that down because this was one I was whipping up just at the last minute before I went live, which is why I was a few minutes late today, because I originally wasn't planning to make this one. This was just an afterthought, and so I didn't write down the measurements. So it was 14 by 9.5, 9.5, and the other piece was, I'll write that down again now, 10 by 7.5, wasn't it? Yep, 7.5. So if anybody asks me, I've got the measurements there. Okay, so let's cut our piece of designer series paper. So this one is going to measure, and you can do this with any of the designer series papers in this paper pack, because there's so many beautiful ones to choose. And yeah, you can mix and match, like they just look awesome together. So we're going 14 centimeters by 9.5, and we'll keep this strip because we'll be able to use that for another project. So we'll turn that around and we'll cut that at 9.5. And we're going to keep that piece as well for another project as well. So we always keep all of our scraps. There we go. All right, so we've got that piece cut. We've got that piece. We've got our little tray. We've got our cookies. We've got our tag. Now with the tag, the greeting tag, I'll show you. So this is a sticker, so it's sticky on the back, but that means that it is great for adhering to our ribbon too. So if I can just get that to get off my finger, there we go. And let's bring in our ribbon. Now this isn't the ribbon from the suite, this is a different ribbon. This is the double stitched satin ribbon in the real red, and I just love this ribbon, it's so pretty. So I'm going to simply just pop this down onto the back of my tag there. Make sure I've got that sitting straight across my tag. Yep. And then because that's sticky on the back, it sticks straight away, so it makes it super easy. And then I will just cut the other end. There we go, might trim up this end just a little bit. I think that's a little bit long. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I want to pop this up onto my project and give a little bit of a lift to it. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of that now. So use my take a pick tool to just pop some dimensionals, and I'm going to pop, because the back of it is sticky, I'm going to pop my dimensionals like this so that it's covering up a lot of that sticky, so it doesn't accidentally stick to the project when I don't want it to. So there we go. So there we've got all of our pieces for our box. Now we need to put together our little box, and then we can add all of our beautiful items on top of it. So the boxes come flat like this. The glossy side is on the inside. That's the side where if you're putting any foods, handmade food in there that might be, you know, greasy, like cookies or something like that, you know, the oils sometimes seep out of them, then it won't, because you've got that coating on it. So you've got these little little slits here that you need to just pop out for the little lugs to slip into. There we go. All right, so we'll get rid of those. And then with your box, you just fold all of those pieces. Just give them all a good fold on all of those score lines before we try to put the box together. If you want to, you can burnish them with your bone folder by just running that along the edge if you want them to sit down a bit firmer. That one, and let's do the two middle ones, and that one. There we go. All right, and then we fold these two edges in and these two edges in. Actually, I'll just bend this back the other way so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so these two form the sides of the box, or the front and the back of the box, and these two side pieces, they fold over, and those little tabs there, they're going to pop down into those little slots that we push that little piece of cardstock out of. Okay, so again, over the edge, down into the slots, pop them in so that they snap in, and if I turn the box over, you'll see where they pop through to the bottom of the box. That holds the sides together. And then the lid just tucks, those little flaps tuck inside the lid, or inside the box I should say, like that. And these little bits go in those little slots there at the side, like that. There you go. And that's our little box. Okay. All right. So let's pop all of our pieces onto our box now. I'm going to use some multi-purpose liquid glue for this one so that we've got a little bit of wiggle room and we can move that paper around to get that lined up nicely. There we go. All right, so this is the front of the box facing me. So just pop that cardstock, the designer series paper I should say, down onto the box, and because we've got the liquid glue, we can just slide that around to line that up. Make sure that that's on there in the right spot, and just give that a firm press. All right, right, now with the Pear Pizzazz piece, we're going to do the same. Just a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue on the back. Oh, my glue's getting low. To open up a new one soon. There we go. Now this one's going to be popped down at a bit of an angle, so I'm putting it towards the center, or kind of, yeah, centering it, and just popping it at a bit of an angle. Whoops. The liquid glue's slippery. There we go. Now with the tray, I found the best way to adhere the tray was with some glue dots. You could use the liquid glue and a sponge and sponge that onto the back of it, using a silicone craft sheet underneath, of course. But I found that the glue dots were a really, mini glue dots were a really quick and easy way of attaching this. So I'll just grab those mini glue dots and I'm just going to pop one. And if you're concerned about them showing through, just pop them down where you're going to be popping your other elements onto your piece, and then that way it'll cover them up and you won't see them. And I'm going to put one in the middle as well because I know the center will be covered up. There we go. And then I'm just going to put this down at the opposite angle. Like that. And those glue dots will hold that on beautifully. There we go. All right, we'll pop them back in the box. Now just pause for a moment to check any comments, because I haven't been looking. I've been so busy with my head down trying to whiz through these projects for you so I can get them all done. Oh, your battery's dying, Kelly. Oh no. Yeah, that's okay. You can catch the replay. All good. Oh, the mini is the price I said. Thanks, Julie. $104 for the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Great. Thank you for that. All right, so that's the basis of our box. Now we're going to put our cookies on. So with the bell and the bauble, they're going to be adhered flat. So again, I'm just going to use my liquid glue. So just pop a little bit of liquid glue on there. Pop that up there. Again, I'm covering up that glue dot that I popped down on the corner there, so nobody will know that that's there. Do the same with the bauble. Squizzle a bit of glue. So you can see how you can make these projects really quick and easy. It's a lovely gift, really beautiful, and doesn't take too much of your time. Probably the part that takes the most time is putting the box itself together. There we go. And we're going to pop some dimensionals onto the back of the snowflake. There we go. All right, so we'll remove the backings of the dimensionals. Pop our snowflake here in the center, but up a little bit because we want to leave room for our sentiment down here. All right, so we've got our sentiment ready to go. Super easy. It's already stamped for us because we've got that little sticker. If you don't have the Memories and More cards, I guess that you could stamp your sentiment yourself. You just use one of the stamps from the stamp set and that would be fine as well. If you didn't have the trays, you might like to use another color. So maybe a red, a real red, and then you could have the green and the red on there. Yeah, totally up to you. You can just change it up however you like. And then our sentiment is just going to pop down there. There we go. Isn't that cute? Now let's add some bling. I'm going to use this time my the red Rhinestone Basic Jewels. Now these ones are available in the online store. These ones aren't on back order at this stage, so that's good. And these ones, you get so many on a sheet. Actually, how many do you get? It looks like a really small packet, but you get 220 of the rhinestones in these packets. So that is heaps. They go a long way. And these are great for your Christmas crafts. So just going to add a few bits of bling here and there on these. Let's pop one up here. Oh, we're going to put that one there. one in the center there, and then we'll put some on our bauble as well. 1, 2, 3. And as I said, these boxes are great for your yummy Christmas goodies, lollies, chocolates, handmade goods, even small gifts like jewelry, gift cards, a small scarf, anything small, makeup, gifts of makeup, anything like that that you like to give for your Christmas gift giving. So there you go. So there's our cute little box. That didn't take too long to put together. I guess the time consuming part was maybe the stamping, cleaning of the stamps, and putting the box together itself, but really not really a fairly quick and easy project that you can do. All right, so let's jump on now to our third project. So we've done our 2 projects, so we'll do our third one, and that is this cute little jar. All right, so this one's got a few more steps to it, so I'll try and be as quick as I can with this one, but feel free to come back and watch the replay if you need to go. I understand it's getting close to dinner time for a lot of people and things like that. So all right, so we're using our little jars, our little mini jam jars. These are super cute. We're going to be using the designer series paper, and we're going to be fussy cutting these baubles. So we've got the 3 baubles there. So let's find the piece of designer series paper that has the baubles on it, and we will fussy cut some of those baubles. Now there's other shapes in here as well. It doesn't have to be baubles. We've got stars, we've got the mittens, we've got trees. You could use whichever ones you wanted to. We need a small one as well. We've got bells and snowflakes as well. You could use those. They'd look awesome also. There's our baubles and 1, 2, 3. Yep, they're the ones that we need. And our little mini ones, our mini snowflakes. I'll get that one out. I won't chop into this brand new piece because I've got one already pre-chopped. Okay. All right, now, oh, I forgot to get out the other designer series paper while I was there too. So we need those ones for the baubles and the little snowflake. Now we need something for the sides. Again, you could mix up any of these patterns and they would all look great. So you can choose whichever ones you like the best. But I will bring in this one here. I think I should have enough. I'll just double check actually. I've got my measurements. I have got my measurements for this one. And yes, I've got enough of that piece, so that's good. And then a little bit for the top, little piece for the top. I might be able to get it out of that piece. Yep, there we go. Let's use up some of our offcuts. So that's great. And then for the ribbons, we're using that same ribbon that we had before, the real red double stitched satin ribbon. But for the lid, we're using some of the, I think it's the Playful Pets. Oh, I've written it on here. Here we go. The Playful Pets trim combo. And we're just using the stitched red ribbon for that one to wrap around the top of our lid. So we'll use those in a moment. We'll pop them over to the side. What else do we need? We're going to add some bling to that. We're going to stamp a sentiment as well. So here's my little sentiment. It's from the same stamp set, Wishing You a Merry Christmas, but we're going to be masking off the Wishing You because I only want the Merry Christmas. So I'll show you how to do that. We might start with the stamping first too. I usually like to start with my stamping. So we'll do that part. We've got all our designer series paper ready, and we just need some basic white cardstock for stamping that sentiment, and I've got some offcuts here already, so we'll use that first. All right, so let's pop our little jar over to the side and let's get started. All right, for this one I'm using Real Red ink, classic Stampin' Pad. Just going to stamp Oh, I forgot to mask that off. That's right. Hang on a minute. Let me just clean that. I guess you could probably trim it down almost, but I want to show you how to do the masking. I'll just give that a little clean. There we go. Stamp that. Make sure that's stamped nice and dry because we want to add a little bit of washi tape. Okay, so as I said, I only want to use the Merry Christmas. So I'm going to take some washi tape. This is some retired Stampin' Up washi tape. I'm going to pop that over those other words that I don't want, but being careful not to cover up the Merry. All right, so let's just... I'm going to pop down 2 pieces. This is a narrower piece of washi tape, but if you had some wide washi tape, you might only need 1 piece. So there we go. So this is called masking if you haven't seen this technique before. And we're just masking off. Well, this is one type of masking. There's lots of different types of masking in card making. This is just one type of masking. So we're just masking that off to use the Merry Christmas. So we'll ink up the Merry Christmas. Now we have to remove the washi tape because otherwise we're going to get all that excess ink stamped on our piece as well, and we don't want that. So we'll take that off, pop that in the bin, and then we can just stamp our Merry Christmas. I'm going to stamp it about there, and then we can trim it to the size we need. Okay, so there we go. So we just got the Merry Christmas. See, nice and easy, not too difficult to do. Stamp off our excess ink and we'll give that a clean straight away. So you might notice when you use the stronger pigments of color, such as the reds and things like that, the photopolymer stamps do tend to hold some of that pigment of ink in the polymer. But don't be too worried about it. It doesn't affect how your stamp will work. As long as you give it a good clean to remove that surface ink, it just makes it a pretty pink color. But if I check that now, that should be nice and clean. Actually, that needs a bit more clean. Didn't quite get all that ink off. There we go. So see, none of that color is coming off now. That's nice and clean, but it just, the polymer just holds that pigment a little bit. But don't be too worried about that. It doesn't damage your stamps. All right, so now we need to trim down our Merry Christmas. So I'll just bring in my trimmer. Hey Jenny, how you going? Oh, you just got back from camping. Might watch later. Yep, okay, no worries. I am well, thank you. We're playing with gift packaging today, Jenny, so be sure to come back and watch. Might have some good ideas for you for some Christmas gifts. All right, so I'll trim that one down. I'm just using my eye. I'm not measuring this. Hopefully I'm getting it cut around about right. It's always a little bit trickier when you're cutting smaller pieces, but thankfully we've got these guides at the top here of the trimmer that help to keep your cardstock held in place while you're cutting. But it is a bit trickier with smaller pieces. There we go. So we only need our Merry Christmas cut very small. So that's ready to go now. You could even use a little label punch for that, or a label die, rather than cutting it on your trimmer. If you wanted it to make it a little bit more fancy, you could do that as well. All right. So first of all, what we'll do is we will create the wrap for our jar. So the paper to wrap around. Now this paper is only 6 inches long. So if you're using a 12 by 12 designer series paper, you could get the whole wrap in one piece, but we can't get it in one piece with the 6 by 6 paper because it's only 6 inches long. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 pieces. So I do need to bring my trimmer back in actually. And our 2 pieces are measuring 4.5 centimeters, because that's the height of the jar, by 9.7. So let's do our 9.7 9.7. That's the length that we need for each of the strips. And then we need our 4.5. So we'll go 4.5 and another one at 4.5. And then that'll give us about 1/2 centimeter overhang to connect those two pieces. There we go. All right, keep these scraps. We use them for other projects. Alrighty, so what we're going to do now is add a little bit of adhesive to the edges there. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus just to one edge so that we can attach the other piece just right along the edge there. And we're going to attach our other piece just overlapping slightly, just enough to where the edge of that tape is. Okay, and line that up like so. Now let me just check I got my measurements right to make sure that is going to wrap around. Yes, beautiful. That's going to wrap gorgeous. And see how that's going to overlap? We'll have another 1/2 centimeter to attach that there. All right. Now what you can do, what I didn't do on this one is I didn't attach the paper to the jar. So it can actually be slipped off. It's totally up to you. If you want to leave it loose like that so the recipient can slide that off later and reuse the jar, repurpose the jar, or you could pop a little bit of adhesive on the inside of the paper so that you can adhere that and it won't move. Totally up to you which way you'd like to do it, but I like that idea that it can be slipped off and the jar can be reused. All right, so we'll do our wrap. Now because we've got those two pieces overlapping, so the right side is overlapping the left side. When we go to attach the next piece, we want to do the same. We want to have the right overlapping the left so that you've got the fold sort of going in the same direction. When I first did it, I did it the wrong way and it looked wrong because then you don't have the seams matching up on opposite sides. Okay, so right over left is the way to go. So we're going to pop a little bit of adhesive on the inside of the right piece. So we'll do the same again, pop that adhesive down there, and I think I went off the edge, did I? Oh no, I got it on just nearly, I didn't go straight. There we go. All right. Okay, so then we pop that down on our jar and wrap that around. Now, if you want to, you can lay your jar down. At this point, you've just got to make sure that you, oops, my lid's coming off there. You've just got to make sure that you line up your paper so that it's nice and straight. So match up those top and bottom edges. And we're going right over left. There we go. Okay, so we've got our paper. Now this one I've actually attached tighter than the first one. So this one doesn't slide off as easily, which is good. All right, so then we've got our seams in on opposite sides of the jar, which is great. So now that's sort of our center line. Okay, now the next step we're going to do is we're going to wrap some ribbon around that. And we want that ribbon to join up around about where the seam is. Now I didn't measure the ribbon before, but I will do that for you this time so you know. You need a little bit of overhang. Just going to trim that end straight. There we go. So I'll have that going over a little bit on the edge, and we're just going to wrap this just up from the bottom a little bit. No precise measurement there. And we'll cut the ribbon about there, and then I'll measure that for you and tell you exactly how much ribbon that is, because I didn't write that down. I should probably write that down now. So in case anybody asks me, so the ribbon is, okay, because yes, these projects I made on the fly last night, so I was doing them till quite late. So that's 15 to there. 19 centimeters. There you go. The ribbon is 19 centimeters long. There you go. Yeah, I was doing these really late last night, so I wasn't worried with writing down measurements, but I probably should have as I was going. All right, so glue dots are great for your ribbon. I love using glue dots for my ribbon. You might want to add a few on, or you might want to only add a couple on, totally up to you. I didn't add very many on my first piece, I have to say, because I was not sure where I wanted my ribbon positioned originally, and I sort of slid it up and then I slid it back down, and so yes, but now I know exactly where I want it. I'm going to pop some glue dots just to help hold that in place. And the good thing with glue dots are they're a little bit forgiving as well. So if you happen to get it a little bit crooked, you can lift them back up if you're careful and reposition. There we go. So we've got a little bit of an overlap there just on that seam. Okay, so now we've got the glue dots. I can give them a bit of a push on so they stay put. And the overlap is here where that seam is, because we're going to be covering that up with some of our embellishing. Okay. All right, so normally you would think, oh, well, wouldn't you have the two seams at the side? But in this case, we're actually using our embellishing to cover the seam. So then you don't see any ugly seams at the side. We're just going to cover them up. So that is a good tip for you. All right, so we've got the basis of our jar already done. What we need to do is we do need to cut a circle for the top. So what I'm using is I'm using the layering circle dies. I think these ones too at the moment might be, I can't remember if they're on low inventory or if they're not available at the moment, but if you have a circle punch, or you can simply trace the shape of the lid to get the size that you need, and then just hand cut a circle. So this one is the so it's in this group of circles, and I basically just measured on the top of my jar which one was going to fit, which one was going to cut a nice circle. Okay. And we'll bring in our mini machine again. Mini's coming in handy today. It's getting a bit of a workout, isn't it? Okay. Now the baubles that we're using today, sorry, not today, for this project, there is, you can either fussy cut them from the paper, or if you have the dies, actually I'll leave that there, if you have the dies, you can die cut them. So when I was doing it, I was just fussy cutting them. There you go, so there's the piece for the top, so we'll pop that to the side and put those dies out of the way. So when I was doing them last night, I was just fussy cutting them. But you certainly can die cut them, because the dies, let's just move that over to the side for a sec, the dies will actually fit over them like so. Okay, so that will be a lot quicker. But as I said, if you don't have the dies, certainly fussy cutting will also work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these out of the center so that I don't cut into all of those other pieces. So we want the red one, because all of these little peppermints, we can use those, and the snowflakes, we can use them on other projects because we've got dies to cut them out too, or we can fussy cut them. I know some people don't like fussy cutting, other people really enjoy it. So it's totally up to what you like to do. We need this one here. There we go. All right, we'll keep that piece of paper for another project. And let's die cut these. Oh, we don't need that one, so we'll pop that one to the side. And let's bring in our mini again. Now we've only got one bauble, so we'll have to do these one at a time. Just move that over there so that you can all see what I am doing. All right, so we've got our little base plate. We've got our clear plate, and we'll just line that up. Now, if you are lining this up with the, sorry, if you're cutting this out with the die, you don't get as much of the crumb cake or cinnamon cider border around the shape, whereas I fussy cut mine the first time, so I got more of that border, but totally up to you which way you want to do it. Oh, you do get a little bit of border. Oops. Yeah. See how you got that little bit of cinnamon cider border around the edge? Yeah. If you fussy cut them, you can get a wider border. See how that one's got quite a wide border? That one's got a narrower border. So it depends on how much border you want, really. And it doesn't really matter either way. It's just personal preference, I guess. Okay, so we'll get rid of those scraps and we'll do our next one. Oops, nearly put my die on up the wrong way. So who else has this suite of products? Let me know in the comments if you already have this. Oh, good, okay. Circle dies currently unavailable. Okay, cool. Thanks, Megan. I thought they were. Yeah. So if you don't have the circle dies, you can just trace around the lid and hand cut a circle for the lid, or use a retired circle punch. I'm not sure which size that would be though. I didn't check that. But circles are pretty easy shape to cut. I think lots of the, there's quite a few sets of dies that are unavailable at the moment after the sale last week. Everybody took advantage of the sale to get those dies at a great discount last week. And they were 20% discounted last week, all of the annual catalogue dies, so it was a great time. As a demonstrator, we get 20% discount on all of our products all of the time, which is super amazing, and some of us even get 25%. So it is a great, it's a great discount to have available to us all the time. And as I was saying earlier, if you missed it and you're jumping on a little bit later, currently Stampin' Up do have a joining offer at the moment. The starter kit is normally $169, but currently it's reduced down to only $130. And for that $130, you can actually choose any items that are current that you like, up to the value of $235 to put into your starter kit, and you're still only going to pay $130. Now that special goes up until the end of November, 30th of November. And also too, there's free shipping on your starter kit as well, so you don't pay any shipping. And then you get that lovely 20% discount on all your Stampin' Up products after that too. So it's a great time to join. If you'd like more information about joining my team, please get in contact with me and let me know. And I can answer any questions that you might have. I can help you with anything that you might need help with. So please feel free to get in contact with me. All right, so we're just going to fussy cut a little snowflake as well out of that paper. I love that paper. I love this one. It's so cute. Aren't they gorgeous? They're really cute. And actually on the back of it is the one that we used on our box. All right, so we'll just fussy cut this. Oh my goodness, I don't have my glasses on. Hang on, let me put my glasses on. I can see so much better when I put them on. That's better. Now I can see, because I'm cutting just, there's a little cinnamon cider edge on these as well. Well, actually, I don't think it's cinnamon cider on these ones. I think it might actually be soft suede edging around each of these shapes. And so I'm trying to cut it just outside the edge of that soft suede. Whoops. Sorry, this is probably going to be the most time-consuming part. This piece is a little bit small, so it's probably the most fiddly part of the whole process. And I probably won't get it cut perfectly, but that's okay. It's a handmade project, and the recipient's not going to look that closely, are they? So these would make a great little gift for work colleagues, for neighbors, even for friends, as little table favors as well for your Christmas table. So lots of different ways that you can use these. You might even like to give them to the receptionist at the doctor's or at your physio or your dentist or wherever you occasion, if you want to thank them and just wish them a happy Christmas. So lots of different ways that you can use nice little gifts like these. And two, if you're concerned about people being worried to eat homemade goods, you can certainly buy pre-packaged items that are individually wrapped and that sort of thing, so then you're not handling foodstuffs and that sort of thing. There we go. So there we've got our little pieces all ready to go. Now what we're going to do with our baubles is we are going to shape them a little bit, just so that because we're sticking them onto a rounded surface, by shaping them it helps them to sit down a little bit better. We're not shaping the snowflake as such, but just the baubles that we're putting on there. So just using our bone folder, and it's just like doing curling ribbon. So you're just running that between the bone folder and your thumb. Okay, just making them a little bit curved like that. There we go. All right. Okay, so we've got our little jar. We can pop the there's all our little pieces there. We might start with the baubles first. Now each of the baubles are popped up onto dimensionals. So we'll bring in our Stampin' Dimensionals and we'll just start putting down some of these. Now you can pop them down wherever you like. I found that I didn't really need too many of them when I was making the sample project. Whoops. Now we're going to attach it to the seam. I'm going to, where the ribbon seam is, I'm not attaching it on that side. I'm going to attach it on the other seam. This is going to be my front. Okay, so I've got a seam there, but the ribbon goes all the way around there. And the part where the seam, the part where the ribbon attaches, or the seam of the ribbon, that's going to be the back of my jar. Okay, so we want to overlap these. We want to put them at a bit of an angle. We have to make sure that the bottom of our bauble doesn't go off the bottom of the jar. So let's just make sure our paper is in the right position. There we go. All right, so we've got the first one on there. Let's put the next one on there. Now, when you put the next one on there, you have to be careful of the positioning of your dimensionals, because it's going to be overlapping that one, so you don't want another dimensional on that part. In fact, you can put a little bit of glue or a glue dot beside that part where it's overlapping the other bauble, but you want to put one in the middle and at least one on the far edge. You can even use some minis if you want to use a few minis as well, mini dimensionals, but I'm just going to pop a few like that. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is, where that's going to overlap there, I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue, or you can add a mini glue dot if you'd like to. There we go. And then we're just going to simply overlap these. I'm going to pop this one up a little bit higher than the other one, just for a bit more sort of interest, so they're not exactly at the same height. There we go. Okay, and see how that's attaching there now where I had the dimensional. Okay, and then for the center, I am going to just curl up the tips just ever so slightly of that snowflake. So I'm curling them upwards, and then I'm going to pop one dimensional in the middle at the back. There we go. And that's just going to overlap the middle there, like so. Okay, so that's the front, and we'll decorate the rest of that up in a moment. So then we'll move on to the back, and we're just going to put a single bauble on this time. So I'll put a dimensional in the middle. Let's pop on each side, kind of like that. You don't need too many dimensionals. I mean, you can add as many as you want. If you wanted it a little bit more supported, you could add a bit more. You can really put as many as you like. That's quite a few for that piece. If you want it to be fairly stable, then just add a few more or some extra minis. And we're going to cover up our join in our, so the seam in our paper, or the join in the paper and the join in the ribbon as well. So we'll just pop that at a little bit of an angle like so that we're covering up the majority of where that joins, and then now nobody will know. Okay, so let's now go ahead and add the paper to the top. And again, I decided to use mini glue dots so that if they decide to remove the belly band, they can also remove the top piece of the jar, because if I used other adhesive, if I used my Stampin' Seal or my Stampin' Seal Plus, it would stick much more tightly, whereas the glue dots are removable. They do hold tightly, but they're quite forgiving, so that you can actually remove them. So there we go. So I've got, did I get 5 on there? Oh, I need another one. Didn't quite go where I wanted it to go. There we go. And then you can just add that to the top like so. There we go. All right, good. Oh, I've got a mini glue dot stuck to my finger. There we go. All right. Okay, and with the Merry Christmas is going up on dimensionals as well. So we'll pop that up here as well. And we want that facing to the front, so where we've got our snowflake, we're going to have that in the center there at the top. Okay, so now we need to add our bling and our extra little ribbon around the top there. Okay, so we'll bring in the Playful Pets combo ribbon, and we're just going to wrap that around the lid and tie a bow on the front. So I'm just tying that straight off the roll. So I'm not actually measuring that. I'm just working that out as I go. There we go. So we want that tied fairly firmly so that that doesn't come off. But again, I'm not adhering this ribbon. I'm just letting that sit on there loosely so that if the recipient again wants to remove it, they can, so that they can use the jar again later. Now this is just a little bit more fiddly to tie because it's very fine and it's on the slippery metal lid. So just bear with me while I get this tied. It might take me a couple of goes. Let's see how we go. Oh, yep. I think I didn't get that quite tight enough then. Let's check. Oh no, that's okay. But my bow isn't sitting how I wanted it. It's sitting sideways. Well, that won't do. Let's do that again. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to cut my ribbon there and start again. So go around the lid, round to the front. Oh. If you added a little glue dot or a little piece of glue dot or rolled up glue dot to hold that ribbon in place, it would make it a lot easier to tie. In fact, you know what? Let's do that. Let's make it easier. We'll grab a glue dot. Here's one. I'm just going to roll it into a ball and attach it there in the center for my ribbon to attach to, and that'll help to hold it. There we go. Look, now it's not moving anywhere while I tie my bow. And then that's still going to be able to be removed later because it's just a glue dot. Now I don't know if I've made my ribbon long enough, because now I've cut it off the roll. I think I've left it too short. Oh, I have to, yeah, let's see, this one might have to have a really little tiny bow. Oops, not that one, this one. Let's pull this one down. Oh no, that should be okay. Oh, just, that's all right. Okay, good. And then we'll just trim that end up. I thought I had cut that way too short then. There we go. No, that's cute. That's a good length. Good, that worked out okay. Awesome. All right, so now we're going to finish off with some bling. And this time I'm going to use, where have I put them? Put so much down now on my desk. Stuff everywhere. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to use some red rhinestones, and I'm also going to use some basic rhinestones. Now, the basic rhinestones at the moment are on back order. You can still put them in your order, but they might not come straight away with all your other products, but they will come in as soon as they are available. Now, they were due into the warehouse last week sometime. So at the moment they're still showing that they're on back order, but perhaps they haven't processed them through yet, but they shouldn't be far away from being available again. But the red rhinestones, they are available. All right, so far our little jar's looking like this. So isn't that cute? And now we're going to bling it up. All right, because we always need a bit of bling, don't we? So we're going to use, oh, okay, you came off, so you want to go onto my jar. Or not, it's jumping away from me. I'm going to pop 2 little of the plain rhinestones on, or the basic rhinestones, on my sentiment there. And then we're going to pop some also on the top of the jar here. I mean the top of the jar, the top of the bauble. And let's pop one over here. And then we'll take a red one and we'll pop a red one on that bauble as well, down here. And we'll pop another silver one up here. You can really put these wherever you like, however many you like, just to add some bling and to make them really pop. And then with the front of our jar, we'll add a red one right in the middle there of our beautiful snowflake. Pop one up here. Oops. Little jar's trying to roll away from me. Let's pop one over here. And then we'll pop some of the silver ones as well. Over there. You could really go crazy with the bling and just bling it up as much as you like. There we go. So there is our third project finished. All right, so as I said, there's lots of bling that you can use. We've got our basic rhinestones, which should be available again any day, but you can still put them in your order while they're on back order. We've got our red rhinestone basic jewels, which are available at the moment. We've got our holiday rhinestones, which are available at the moment. And we do also have our champagne rhinestones, which would go beautifully as well with the peppermint and gingerbread and peppermint designer series paper. These ones are currently on back order, but they are due in sometime this week, the champagne rhinestones. So they should be in very soon as well. But of course, there's lots of other bling as well that you can have a look in the embellishment section, either in the annual catalogue or also the mini catalogue as well. There's more embellishments there. And on my online store also. So check those out. I don't think you can ever have enough embellishments. All right, so let's bring in our 3 projects that we made today. Wasn't that fun? It went a little bit long, but I really wanted to give you lots of ideas of how you can make beautiful gifts really easily. And each one of these actually didn't take too long. It's only that we made lots of different projects today. So there you go. So there's all of our gorgeous Christmas projects for you. So I hope you really love them. Oh, thank you, Robin. Robin says she loves them. Oh, you jumped in late. That's okay, Robin. No worries. Feel free to go back and watch the replay to see how I made these projects. They're super cute. So there's our little jar. Got our little bauble on the back hiding our seam. And there we go. We've got two different types of tags on here. One using the tailored tag dies, which are currently non-orderable, but they will be back hopefully very soon. But with this one, we used a couple of punches to replicate a similar look. This one's got a lovely gingerbread, a gluten-free, I have to say, gluten-free gingerbread cookie. You can guess who those ones are for, can't you? Me. And this one, I forgot to bring in an extra gingerbread, but just showing you another way as well. You can use some individual tea bags. You could use other types of cookies, other types of goodies. There you go. Oh, thank you so much, Robin. You're very welcome. Rose said she loves the projects and they will make some lovely gifts. Yes. Ah, great. Good. Oh, you're very welcome, Susan. Thanks so much for being here. Oh, Julie's got the stamp set and dies. Fantastic. It's one of your favorites. Oh, that's good. Good to know. All right, great. Okay, well, I will, you have celiac disease. Okay, so these, Robin, if you are, I think, Robin, you're here in Australia, aren't you, from memory? I think, is it South Australia you are? I found these gluten-free gingerbread cookies at Woolworths. So, and I actually got mine online because we're doing online shopping still at the moment. So if you're looking for them, and you're here in Australia, that's where I got them from. And they come, oh yes, South Australia. I did get it right. Yay. I remembered. Yeah, so I got them from Woolworths. They come in a pack of 4 and they're so delicious. Great with a cup of chai too, or an ordinary cup of tea. But yeah, if you like gingerbread, there you go. Ah, you're welcome. I hope you can find them. All right, well, I will tip the camera back up to my face so that I can say goodbye to you face to face. But I hope you really enjoyed those projects. Lots of fun making handmade presents for people. All right, here we go. Let's just do a flippity flip. Oops, squeaky. Sorry for the squeakiness. All right, I'll flip my cameras so that we are around the right way. Get my lights happening. And one sec. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right, great. Okay, just tip that down a little bit. All righty. Whew. Wow, that was hot work. Well, I hope you really enjoyed those projects. I don't know that I'll be able to hold them up. It's a little bit tricky to hold them. Oh, well, here we go. Look, I might be able to hold them up. I might hold up the gingerbread one because I like the gingerbread one better. I like the tag. I like them both, but I love the fact that this one has a gingerbread actually in them. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope that gave you some ideas for your Christmas gift giving. If you have any questions, feel free to get in contact with me. And remember that at the moment, Stampin' Up! Has that amazing joining offer. For only $130, you can choose $235 worth of product in your starter kit. No shipping to pay on that, and then enjoy a 20% discount. And you can build that up to 25% over time on all of your Stampin' Up! Products. So I would love to have you join my team. If you would like more information about that, feel free to get in contact with me. I'd love to have you as part of our stamping community. We have such fun together, and we have a beautiful, beautiful community. So let me know if you'd like more information, and I would love to chat with you about that. So the plan is, oh, I didn't actually tell you at the beginning. Originally, I wasn't supposed to be coming on live today or filming at all this week because our puppy was due to be desexed today. However, there was a few red flags in her blood tests yesterday, so they have to retest her again next week to see if everything has leveled out, and then we can proceed, or if not, then they have to do further investigation to find out what is happening with her. So fingers crossed and lots of prayer that she's actually okay, and that it was just a little anomaly, and that everything can go ahead and that she is healthy, which is the main thing. So I don't know if I'll be back next Monday, because her surgery is now scheduled again for next Monday if all the blood tests are good. But if not, I will try to pop something up for you. Otherwise, I'm planning to be here on Thursday for my quick and easy projects. So hopefully you'll be able to join me then at 11 a.m. on Thursday. If not, I will see you next time. Oh, thank you, Robin. Yes, it's a bit of a worry at the moment with her. We're just hoping that everything is okay and that it's nothing major. Oh, hey, Tina Marie, I'm just signing off. Feel free to watch the replay. We made some amazing gifts today. Had fun making some gifts using the peppermint, the gingerbread and peppermint sweet. I made some beautiful Christmas gifts today. So lots of fun. All right, well, until next time, I look forward to seeing you all again. See you all again then. Getting my tongue tied. So have a great week, everybody, and happy crafting. Bye.